Eala promises to keep my head up after Dubai Tennis Championships journey comes to an end. Coco Gauff eases into semifinals after straight sets win over Filipino sensation. Filipino sensation Eala said she was proud of her effort in the UAE this week even as world number 4 Coco Gauff eased into the semifinals of the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships with a comfortable victory. Eala had a majority of the crowd, comprising of the UAE's sizable Filipino community, behind her, but her American opponent proved too strong as Gauff eased to a 6-0, 6-2 win inside 68 minutes. Gauff will meet Alina Svitolina in the semifinals on Friday. With her first win over Eala, Gauff made it to her second Dubai semifinal and became the third American in the last 4, along with Jessica Pegula and Amanda Anisimova. Despite the defeat, Eala said it was a great learning experience for her. Obviously, I think the gap between us was pretty prominent, said Eala, who is expected to rise to number 32 in the world when the WTA publishes its latest rankings. That's not to say that I'm so far out of reach from these players. I think this match was... I mean, the score says a lot, but I think I'm not so disappointed. I keep my head up. I feel good about the whole week and how I've been doing. So, the biggest takeaway for me, honestly, is that I'm on the right path. Eala looked tentative early on, and even though Gauff had 3 first-set double faults, Eala was unable to capitalize. In the third game, the 20-year-old saved a breakpoint but then volleyed wide at deuce to hand the advantage to her opponent, who won the next point to go 3-0. The passionate crowd rallied around Eala even as she faced a first-set bagel. The second set went along the same lines as Gauff added 2 more breaks to take her winning run to 10 consecutive games. Eala did get on the scorecard at 4-1. The world number 47 then broke to go 2-4, but Gauff broke back and held the advantage. I could have served a little better, but I made it in when it mattered, Gauff said. Alex is a tough competitor. Even when I was up, I knew she could come back at any given moment. I've seen her do it before. Addressing the fans, Gauff added, I know you were mostly supporting Alex, but it is great to be on a crowded court. I've played this tournament many years and to see this stadium full means a lot. Sometimes it's tough when you're playing against a home crowd, but I think it's great for the sport, so keep being enthusiastic and keep rooting for your player. Gauff was pleased with her performance in the business end of the tournament, having earlier been forced to save 3 match points in the third round. Each match, I've got better, Gauff said. I definitely wasn't in good spirits before entering this tournament. But you know, one match can change everything. I honestly didn't think I would be in the semis at the start of this, but I'm happy that I'm here. Head held high. Eala's Dubai tennis journey and what it says about her future. There are moments in sport that don't just define a tournament, they define an athlete's trajectory. For Eala, the 2026 Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships became one of those moments. Entering one of the most prestigious events on the WTA Tour as the world number 47, Eala was already making history simply by being there. But rather than being content with participation, she seized the moment with both athletic ambition and a heart full of purpose, not just for herself, but for the community she represents. Her journey in Dubai was a testament to resilience, growth, and the promise of even greater things to come. A breakthrough that captured attention. Down under the lights of the Aviation Club Tennis Center, Eala electrified spectators early in the week. In a crowd-filled stadium heavily dotted with Filipino supporters, she delivered one of the biggest wins of her young career by defeating world number 8 Jasmine Paolini, a top 10 opponent, in straight sets. That victory wasn't just a statistical upset, it was a moment that radiated belief. Every point Eala played against Paolini felt like a declaration. She belonged here. The scenes around the court, Filipino flags, chants, and passionate cries of "Laban Alex," reflected how deeply her rise resonated not just in tennis circles, but in the hearts of her countrymen. It was more than a match, it was a cultural moment. Her follow-up win against experienced Romanian Sorana Cersti to reach the quarterfinals continued her remarkable week. With confidence growing and fans roaring with each game, she was now part of the event's Elite 8, no small feat in a WTA 1000 tournament. Quarterfinal clash, experience versus fearless youth. Eala's dream run eventually met a formidable roadblock. A quarter-final match against Coco Gauff, one of the leading players in the world. Gauff, a former Grand Slam champion and a number 4 seed, brought experience and tactical finesse to the battle. On paper, the outcome seemed predictable, and it played out that way in the scoreline. Gauff dominated with power and precision, ending Eala's journey in straight sets, 6-0, 6-2. But the story of this match goes beyond the numbers. Even in defeat, Eala showed heart. She dug deep late, rallied for crucial points, and refused to wilt under pressure. The crowd never lost faith, and she acknowledged their belief with gratitude. I keep my head up, a champion's perspective. Most athletes retreat into silence after a loss. Some deflect. Others disappear. But to define a budding champion, listen to what she says in defeat. In the post-match interview, when asked about her feelings following the match, Eala offered something remarkable: perspective and promise. She admitted the gap between herself and a top player like Gauff was pretty prominent, but refused to let that moment diminish her belief in her own path. Instead, she said she was proud of her performance throughout the week and focused on the bigger picture: growth. I keep my head up, she insisted, emphasizing that the weeks in Dubai showed her she was on the right path. That simple remark, to keep her head up, captures the spirit of Eala's week. Not just persistence in the face of adversity, but a calm confidence in the journey ahead. What this means beyond one match. It's easy to celebrate a victory. It's far more revealing to acknowledge a defeat honestly and walk away stronger. Eala's statement after her loss reflects more than resilience. It shows maturity, mental strength, and a joyful embrace of the long game. At just 20 years old, she has already defeated multiple top 10 opponents. Become one of the few Asian players to make multiple WTA 1000 quarterfinals before turning 21. Carved out a place among the rising stars of the women's tour. Moreover, she enriched the tournament itself. Media and commentators noted how her presence brought in passionate fans who filled seats, waved flags, and created an atmosphere rarely seen at neutral-site professional events. Even Gauff herself acknowledged the lovely, enthusiastic crowd that rallied behind Eala. More than tennis, a symbol of inspiration. Eala's impact reaches beyond rankings points or quarterfinal appearances. She has become a symbol of what is possible for young athletes from countries not traditionally known as tennis powerhouses. Tennis is often described as a solitary sport, a gladiator's game of one-on-one physical and mental warfare. But Eala has turned her solitary battles into something collective. She carries with her a legion of supporters who see in her